Let me open this, guys. I'm a YouTuber. Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. So, today we're gonna get into 10 things that I wish I knew before going to Waterloo. I'm gonna get into some good shit here, okay? Here's my Notion. As per usual, because I'm a Notion girl. But I'm gonna go through these 10 things that I have written down, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, number one. You need to force yourself to be extroverted. I learned this very early on because the stereotypes are true. And I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying that. But there's just a lot of introverts, a lot of people who aren't as social. So if you are kind of on the fence like me, where you're like half introverted and half extroverted, but kind of lean towards the introverted side, I took the 16 personalities test. And I think it was like a 52-48 split, but I was introverted. You need to force yourself to be that 48% extroverted because not a lot of people are going to come up to you. I think it's not like high school where you're doing every single class together. I mean, I guess in first year you kind of are, but it's hard to find someone who has your exact same schedule. At least for me, the way that my high school worked, I was just with the same cohort of like 20 people for a good amount of high school. So it was really easy for me to just have friends. Mind you, I didn't really have friends. I had friends in high school, just like not in that class. But I think it's a lot easier because you're doing all of the same things, whereas in university, the vibes are totally different. You're gonna have to go up to people like in your dorms. I wish I had done that. I wish I made more friends in V1. Go up to friends in your dorms, go up to friends in classes, or not friends, but like go up to people and say hi to them, meet them. I have one friend who was really good at this, and now he says hi to literally everyone on campus whenever we're walking together, and I just kind of stand there like waiting for him to finish saying hi to people. But I do wish I was more like that in a sense, like being more extroverted, which is something that I'm working on, but it's something that I wish I knew I would have had to do when I went to Waterloo, is just like actually push myself to be extroverted. Number two. So, second thing you need to know for going to Waterloo, the academics are going to hit you like a dump truck. Let me tell you. Let me fucking tell you. I was very confident going, and if you watch my 1A reflection, you will see that I was fairly confident going into Waterloo because I had what I thought were great marks in high school. I was very just like academically confident, had no reason to not be confident. Got to Waterloo, humbled the shit out of me. Let me tell you. There's just, they teach differently. You're learning a lot of new stuff. There isn't a lot of overlap from high school unless you did an advanced program, and do not think that IB is an advanced program and prepares you. It doesn't. It does a little bit, but barely. So unless you, for some reason, took a university proofs course in high school, I don't think you're prepared for that. And your marks will drop from what they were in high school, because I'm sure all of you who got in or are planning on getting in have like 97 averages. It's hard. Academics are hard. I would definitely say the math is like the hardest part. At least for me it was. It still is. Like yesterday, I was trying to do limits. I don't remember log laws. Telling me I'm supposed to remember that off the top of my head, like. But guys, this is what I mean by like I am not good at math, but definitely I wish I knew that because I would have locked in a little harder earlier. I kind of got my shit together after first semester, but that first semester at Waterloo was a little bit crazy. I will tell you that. Third thing you need to know is that you need to join a club. If you want to get friends and you want to make a cool friend group, join a freaking club, and don't do that bullshit where you just join a club because it looks good on your resume, because you're not going to make friends. And honestly, I get it. You want to put stuff on your resume. That is important too. And that's why I wanted to join a design team so that I have something on my resume. But I also do things that aren't for my resume, like making YouTube videos or going to Socratica because I find those things fun. You need to do that because you need some balance in your life. So you listen here. Join a club that has nothing to do with your resume. You will thank me later. You will find genuine people, people who aren't there to compete with you, people who aren't there just because they want to get a co-op position, people who are there to actually care about you and be your genuine friend. Join a club. Fourth thing, which goes into what I was talking about. People are fake as hell. Genuinely, I have met so many, and I'm not saying this is about everyone in Waterloo. I've met great people in Waterloo who are not competitive, but people are competitive. People are naturally competitive, and if you got into Waterloo in the first place, it's a competitive program to get into. You have to have a sense of competitiveness to get into the program anyways, and it carries through. And it carries through like crazy. I thought I was competitive. This is a different level of competitiveness, and I think maybe it's because I personally don't care as much as like to work for Google or something. Like obviously it would be great if I did, but that's not my goal. I'm not feeding into the whole Cali or bus thing. But a lot of people are, and a lot of people will pretend to be your friend because they want your homework answers, they want you to help with an assignment, they want something from you. And yeah, at the end of the day, relationships are transactional, friendships are transactional, but there's a difference between mutual benefits and someone just using you. So just beware of the competition because honestly, I wasn't expecting it. And I kind of wish someone told me before I went to Waterloo just how bad it was. Number 5. Be careful about plagiarism. You heard it here first. You just be careful. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get too far into it. I have seen situations where people get into some really bad plagiarism cases. If you just look up CS136L on Reddit, you will see I was part of that class. I didn't get flagged, but I know people who did because half the class got flagged for plagiarism. It is very bad. You will get caught for plagiarism. So be extremely careful. Do not share your code. Do not do any of that bullshit. This is what I mean by be careful who you're friends with because they will throw you under the bus. I guarantee you, they will throw you under the bus when it comes to their academic career. Especially people at Waterloo, their academic career is 10,000 times more important than their friendship with you. And unless they have an insane amount of loyalty to you, they will throw you under the bus. So be careful. I'm thankful that in my experience, or I haven't had to have that experience, but I've seen it happen. So be careful. Okay. Number 6, residence food. Horrible. Let me tell you here. The food is ass. The water is ass. There's just nothing good. Like, I'm trying to remember what I liked. The poutine was pretty good. But other than that, it was so bad. So, I'll make a whole separate video on like residence living tips. But just know and be prepared that especially the water sucks. Like, your hair will fall out. You'll feel sick. I literally wanted to throw up when I got to Waterloo, but I'm personally really sensitive to like water changes. So just be really, really careful when you're drinking the water. Only drink filtered water, boil it, filter it, do what you gotta do, because that water is not good. And your hair and your skin are gonna get fucked. Like, if you break out really easily, be so careful. Be so careful when you get to Waterloo. Honestly. Number 7. This one, this one we really need to talk about. Be careful with people in general, but I'm specifically speaking about my experience with men. Be so careful. Almost every girl that I know has had some experience with someone like following them home or stalking them or hitting them up in a weird way. I know girls who got roofied. Like, it's really bad. So just be really careful who you interact with. Don't tell anyone where you live. Don't tell anyone, like, lie about what building you live in. Like, it's super, super bad. Just be careful. I have had someone follow me back to my dorm, and I lived in a V1 single. So, if that tells you anything, that was scary shit. I did report that, and it kind of just is there. But, and he never did it again because it did get back to him that it was reported. But be so careful. You are not safe. Lock your doors. Waterloo's great though. Number 8, plan out your courses for your degree. If you did not know this, there is a CS checklist that tells you like all the courses and all the electives that you have to take throughout your 5 years. It doesn't actually matter when you take them, you just have to take them. And I would say definitely if you plan on doing a minor, if you plan on doing a specialization, like look into that shit beforehand and plan out all of your courses using that checklist if you're in CS. I know that doesn't really apply to engineering. I don't know if it applies to other faculties, but for CS, I would definitely plan that out, especially if you want an easy degree. Do some research. I can do another video on like courses to take, how to make your life easier if you want kind of like the easy way in CS. I can totally talk about that because that's what I'm doing. But look into it early on and have a plan that is flexible so that you can switch things out if your preferences change, because I've changed my specialization minor like 7,000 times. I started with like 2 language certificates, a minor, a specialization. Now I'm just at a specialization and a minor. So, and it's changed a bajillion times. So just plan that out so that you can graduate with the degree that you want. Number 9 is look at university college housing if you can afford it. This is something that I wish I looked into because honestly, I am privileged enough that I could have looked into it. It's a lot better housing. It's closer to campus. I've heard people have had better experiences with it. So I would 100% recommend looking into university college housing. So that's like St. Jerome's, United College. I forget the other ones, but all of those I would look into it if you can afford it, because it is more expensive than campus housing at the end of the day. And especially if you're in like math or CS, you're probably going to get put in V1 and Rev. So look into university college housing. Yeah, definitely look into it. I wish I had. Number 10. And this is a fun one. You're gonna love it. No matter what, I think, as much as I talk shit about Waterloo in a lot of my videos, I love it. And I'm excited to go back in the fall, and I am looking forward to seeing my Waterloo friends and making more friends, because I did make more friends this term. And I don't think I wouldn't change it. I would not change it at all. Despite how much I talk shit about it, I would not change it. But I do hate it, and this is my outlet, so don't hate on me for being a hater. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Love you.